night before Aqua died, I could hear her sobbing. It was strange because she never cried openly before. Her sobs echoed through the quiet house, but no one dared to go near her. Her own children avoided her room, not even sure what was happening. My name is Kofi, and I grew up in the same house where all of this took place. The story starts with Amma, the first wife. Amma had been married to Kwame for many years, but they never had children. People whispered all sorts of things about her. Some said she was cursed. Others said that the gods had turned their back on her. But one thing was clear. Amma and Kwame were deeply in love, even though there were no children in their home. Kwame's family was growing impatient. They wanted grandchildren. So after much pressure, Kwame took a second wife, Aqua. Aqua was younger, full of life and fertile. Within a few years, she gave Kwame 2 sons, and it felt like the whole village shifted its focus to her. Suddenly, Amma was pushed aside, even though Kwame still loved her. I was just a boy working as a houseboy for the family. I did the chores, fetched water, cleaned the house, and helped in the kitchen. Amma treated me kindly like a son, but Aqua was different. She often scolded me and had a sharp temper. It was clear she didn't like me. Over time, I began to notice small things that made me uneasy. Aqua would often go into the kitchen late at night, muttering to herself, preparing something in the corner. I didn't know what it was, but I could smell the bitterness of herbs and something sour. I never thought much of it at the time, but something felt wrong. Amma's health started to decline. She became weak, her skin pale, and her energy drained. Kwame did everything he could. He took her to the best doctors and herbalists in the area, but nothing seemed to work. People began to talk, especially after Aqua had her second son. The whispers from the village grew louder. Some even said that Aqua was jealous of Amma and wanted her gone. I didn't understand it at first, but then one evening, things became clearer. Aqua was angry, very angry. She argued with Kwame, accusing him of not loving her as much as he loved Amma. She even said that Amma's sickness was a sign that Kwame had neglected her. It was the first time I saw Aqua like this, bitter, spiteful, and consumed by jealousy. Then Amma's condition worsened. She could barely get out of bed, and her skin had turned a strange yellowish color. Kwame became desperate. He spent every penny he had to find a cure, but nothing worked. The house was filled with worry, and Aqua's anger continued to grow. She often made bitter comments about Amma, saying that she was a burden and that she would never have children if she kept getting sick. One afternoon, I overheard Aqua talking to a woman from the neighboring village. She was explaining how she had visited a healer who had given her some special medicine that she said would help Amma get better. But as I listened more closely, I realized the healer was actually a fraud, someone who used fake potions to fool people. I didn't know what to do, but I knew this wasn't right. I went to Kwame and told him what I had overheard. At first he didn't believe me, but when I showed him the jar of strange powder Aqua had been using, his face dropped. Kwame confronted Aqua the next day. He asked her if she had been giving Amma any kind of medicine, and she denied it at first. But when he showed her the jar, she broke down. Aqua confessed that she had been giving Amma a mixture of herbs to weaken her, believing that if Amma got sick enough, Kwame would have no choice but to rely on her completely. She admitted to doing this out of jealousy, wanting to take Amma's place as the only wife. Kwame was furious. He sent Aqua away from the house immediately and told her never to return. Amma, though still weak, began to recover over the next few months. Her strength slowly came back and her health improved. She never fully trusted Aqua again, but she was thankful to be alive. Aqua, however, didn't fare as well. The stress of what she had done ate away at her. Her health began to deteriorate, and she started drinking heavily, trying to escape the guilt. A few months after being sent away, she died alone in her small house. No one really knew what happened to her, but the signs were clear. The guilt, the shame, it all had taken its toll. Amma lived on, and one day she gave birth to a healthy daughter. Kwame was overjoyed, and the village celebrated the birth. But people knew the story of Akua's jealousy, and how it almost destroyed everything. I don't know what became of Aqua's children. Kwame took them in, raised them like his own, but I think they always carried the shadow of what their mother did. Looking back now, I realize the lesson in all of this. Jealousy can destroy not only the person who feels it, but also everyone around them. Aqua's jealousy tore apart a family, but in the end, love and patience healed what was broken.